Welcome to the winner bracket final. We are in the Korea Cup, everybody. In total, we have roughly $3,000 on the line. And here we go with Alderac Pass. We now have team Where's My Money in blue going up against Beast Titan on the right. With a pretty beastly lineup as well. Capybara and Hyde playing for them. Which essentially already guarantees us that there is a high chance that we're going to get either a Dihaka main tank, a Chen main tank. Maybe not necessarily on Alderac Pass, but at some point in that series. Capybara really loves to pull that stuff off. And he does it with a very high success rate as well. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work out for them. But well, as we're jumping into this, we now have Junkrat banned out. A lot of Overwatch gets banned. Vala gets banned too. We have first pick, first ban for the red team. Sorry, for the blue team. So makes perfect sense that it would be Team Beast Titan that bans out Vala here to deny her as a first pick. But yeah, quite curious to see how this series turns out. It has been a crazy tournament. The Korean tournament here has been absolutely nuts, absolutely bonkers. Love it. Get Diablo banned as we're heading now into the draft for game number 1. Again, this is a best of 5. The grand final is going to be a best of 9 series. So if you win here, then you are automatically guaranteed a slot in the grand final. Since you come from the winner bracket, you will also have a 1-0 lead in the best of 9. Whereas the loser has another chance in the losers bracket final to qualify and go for the rematch. So we'll see if they can pull it off. Right now, Blaze is taken as the first pick on Alderac Pass, since Alderac has always been the map where a lot of Nubarak shenanigans are getting played out too. There is a chance that we're going to get him as a main tank for one of the two teams. But of course, you still have plenty of others to go around here. Muradin would be an example, Jojo another one. We get Hogger, we get Rhaegar, so they're going for a bit of control over the mercenary camps that we get. The one in the mid lane, always important. Can go for the bosses, of course, too. Hogger offers a lot more just in general and is still one of the most popular side laners. Yeah, and then we go off with the double pick. So, after Blaze, what is the rest of the front line? How's it going to look like for the blue team? Again, game number 1 sets the tone a little bit for the series. I personally would say the red team has the upper hand here and comes into the series as the favorite. But now Genji and Bright can get picked very quickly for their opponents. So team, Where's My Money? I mean, they're pretty much guaranteed money already, so they've been doing pretty well. But if they want to have the big bucks, you know, then a victory here would already be a significant step into the right direction. So with that team name, they gotta play a clean game here. And final bans. Get rid of Sylvanas. Fair enough. Kind of expected them to maybe target the front line. Since they have the next pick, they could get rid of another one too. But didn't quite pull it off. Now, what is the blue team going to get rid of? Are they worried about one of the tanks? The problem is if they ban something out, then they're kind of limiting their own pool a bit too. Could ban one of the damage dealers if they're worried about it. And they go for Chen. Targeting Capybara here. It's kind of funny when Chen gets banned and you know perfectly well they're not banning him because they're worried that he's going to play on the side lane, because your opponent plays it as a main tank. So that Capybara has really brought his opponents to a point where they're banning Chen out against him as a main tank. Is just fascinating to me. The first time that I saw it, I was just like, the hell is happening here? Then I saw him play with it and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And now he even has people banning the hero out against him. Maiev plus Cassia. So Capybara, still an opportunity to throw a bit of a curveball here. We've seen him with Dihaka as a main tank. We've seen that too. So here comes the double pick over on the blue team side. What's he going to be? We need a main tank for them as well. And on top of them, a bit more damage wouldn't hurt. Is somebody going to pick a Nubarak here? Is he this time going to be completely disregarded? Blue team walks away with Garrosh and Greymane. Okay. So Garrosh flipped into a Blaze jet propulsion. Greymane for quick damage. And now just a question of what exactly Capybara is going to play in game number 1. Winner bracket. Ah, standard. Look at that. Boring. Goes for the Jojo pick. Johanna is in the house, everybody. Alderac Pass. The stage is set. It is the winner bracket final. And we have Where's My Money going up against Team Beast Titan. Where's My Money? On the left, playing this one with Garrosh and Blaze. Strong front line, supported by Greymane and Genji as damage dealers, and Brightwing for the heals. Over on the right side of the map, we got Team Beast Titan. Personally, I still have them in the seat of the favorite. We have them on the front with Capybara, on Johanna with Maiev, and also Hogger. So a triple frontline essentially played by the red team, plus Rhaegar for healing, and then Cassia as the main damage dealer. Now obviously Hogger and Maiev are also going to contribute in the damage numbers, but Cassia has now started to move into Thunderstroke, so she is going to start to slowly increase that damage over time. Now, who is going to walk away with the lead in this best of 5 series? Who's going to be able to get first blood here? Genji throughout all of this is going to continue to poke. And Cassia would love to participate in as many skirmishes as possible right at the beginning, just to get the numbers up a bit on her level 1. If she's able to properly stack this as the game continues, then of course fantastic. Right now missing a pretty important one that could have helped her quite a lot, but yeah, no hit right there. Easy dodge from the blue team and nothing happening in her favor. So, not too shabby, but another tether is already happening as the party continues here. We now have in the middle a bit of a push being made. Top side, this Blaze is still very much alone. And down at the bottom of the map, Greymane has now started to immediately move in for the camp, as you would expect him to, of course. So, yeah, everybody's just like slowly making a couple of plays on this one, trying to get some pressure going through the middle of the map. Hogger together with Rhaegar going for a tag team approach on this. And then Blaze, topside, still sitting tight here, of course, getting the experience for the team. As Maiev is down at the bottom of the map, pretty much alone, trying to tether Genji around a little bit. Nothing too exciting just yet, but yeah, we'll see if they can do a bit more here. Generally speaking, still totally fine. I mean, right now, what are we getting here? We have the attempt to go for some structures, I guess. There's no Sylvanas in this game. So, yeah, nobody has gone for anything around her, but in the middle there's still aggression. So both of the teams are still looking for some easy kills on this one. Yeah, level 4 kicks in a little bit early for Team Beast Titan. As I said before, personally, I kind of have them as the team that is most likely going to make the big plays here. We're now looking at the first gate destroyed, the first tower about to be taken down. Cassia, thanks to the aggressive play from Team Beast Titan, has opportunities to stack and sits now at 11 stacks. We've seen plenty of games, honestly, where as soon as Cassia goes into that level 1 talent, the opponent starts falling back a bit, focuses more on macro, doesn't offer as many teamfight opportunities, and makes it difficult for Cassia to get the big numbers in. But in this case, at least, the attacks still keep happening. So, yeah, so far so good. Cassia with 11 stacks. Normally around the 8-minute mark, you want to have roughly 40. But just lately, in a lot of cases, this doesn't happen because teams are not making any big plays with team fights, and then it's difficult for Cassia to get to those numbers. We'll see how much he's going to be able to do here. The prisoner camp is now also up, so you can force your opponent's hand a bit by simply moving in and trying to force that out, force the fights, force them to respond and defend. And I suppose this is something that we might now see here. But, well, as it plays out at the bottom of the map, still the play with Maiev as she's starting to move in against Genji. Still looking for a couple of tethers here. Hyde helping out too on support, and Genji over and over again just poking whenever he can. But level 7 talents are soon going to start kicking in. I would assume that this is also the moments when we're going to get some extra pressure around the prisoner camp. Actually, Jojo is already grabbing it, not interrupted here. I think he had some chances to do that. So they pick up level 7, they interrupt on the camp. The level 7 talents were now getting the Ruthless Spirit from Maiev, and also the Surge of Light here. Problem for Garrosh. Capybara gets flipped, but should be able to escape despite the fact that Genji was ready for it. Tether, Maiev, and that's first blood. Genji coming in, taking Maiev down, so she's eliminated. And the immediate attack as a potential follow-up. But they got a lot of progress on the first objective. So they are threatening the Raiders, and it allows for Cassia to also get some serious stacks in, but she gets killed too. So the blue team with 2 kills, 2-0, as we're slowly starting to proceed a bit through this. And of course, thanks to all of the kills that they were just able to get, that also means immediately that the team is starting to make their plays. and is able to pick up the first objective. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, they're gonna get close on this. If the red team wants to prevent that from happening, they really have to get aggressive right now, because they're running out of time here. And well, there comes the attack. But the objective barely stalled. Capybara is going to get interrupted. No, and they're getting the kill in the meantime too. Not only the channel, but then on top of that, also Garrosh getting destroyed. This is the first kill in favor of the red team. And they're now getting more at the top. And they're getting the objective too. So, not bad. No, it's a blue team. Sorry, my bad. Blue team snuck in and restarted it. So they grabbed the first objective. The red team had the initial lead and then denied it initially, as the opponent was trying to grab this one up. But as it stands, it is objective number 1 in favor of Where's My Money, as the blue team walks away with the cavalry. Not bad. Nice. Let's see how much damage I can do with it. First one is traditionally not all that strong. We have 22 stacks now for Cassia. Nothing too impressive, but again, that's always a question on how exactly does the game flow. Are you able to get something done with it? Yes or no? Well, 10 abilities are in. It's not a big gap. It's not a window that you can traditionally really do something with. The rogue abilities are already ready on the other side. And, well, we got that falling sword again. This is actually one of the talents that I miss a little bit in the European scene. Specifically when Anna was full on meta and we saw her time and time again. Back then, falling sword was big. Also as a potential counter to her, putting pressure onto Granny in every single team fight. But the Korean teams, they're still going for it. So there's always a little bit of a back and forth with Jojo going either into Blessed Shield or playing it out with Falling Sword, either as an escape tool or to apply pressure. Let's say in this case to Brightwing, to Greymane, just really go for it. And we'll see what they can do with it. Rhaegar holding his ult seems a bit weird here. Threatening Bloodlust, really, with that comp? I mean, I guess, theoretically, but Ancestral is just such a powerful tool. If you have a double support or something, I can totally see it, but are they really gonna go with Hyde for Bloodlust in this case? If they do that, not impossible or anything, but yeah, we'll see. The fact that he's holding it for that long is interesting. So here comes the play. We are looking at 2 kills to 1. Very, very even game so far. But yeah, nobody has really taken it significantly. Despite the one objective that we had in favor of the blue team, nobody has really made a big move yet. Bosses have been up now for 2 minutes, but nobody has rotated over to them either. With Greymane, you obviously have a really nice tool that you could use, but I still have my eyes on Rhaegar. Rhaegar has not made a choice yet, and my question is really, how long is he going to hold that? Is he going to hold it past level 13? They are obviously going to try and use it in a big team fight here to make their play, but yeah, trying to surprise the opponent, which normally indicates that you are really thinking about Bloodlust. But off we go. There's the moment now where they pass up, where they surpass level 13, so Rhaegar has to make a choice. Is he still just quick picking everything during the fight? We've seen stuff like that in the past. But there's level 13, and Rhaegar, is he going to keep it up, or is he going to go for it? No! He's waiting! Rhaegar is actually waiting. He wants to... Ah, there it is. Bloodlust is taken after all. I could have totally seen him wait even longer for the team fight and then pick Bloodlust and the level 13 talent pretty quickly. But now that they have made their choice, the blue team can of course respond to it slowly. So yeah, here we go. 13 versus 13. Now's the opportunity. We got the Earth Shield, we got Roar for Johanna, and everybody knows what's going on right now. So very quick and decisive battles is what the red team is looking for, and also trying, of course, to set Cassia up for a successful team fight here. She doesn't have a lot of stacks. 26, nothing crazy. Nothing to write home about, but here comes the fight. Hyde immediately with Bloodlust goes down, but his job is more or less done. Can they get a kill? It doesn't look like it. They have everybody low, but not low enough, and Hogga needs to use the Hoarder pull to escape. So we have team Where's My Money with another chance to get the advantage here. They jumped in, did well, are going for another objective. First one has already done a little bit of damage, but obviously not enough just yet. Now they're hoping to grab a second one too, and they are looking good on this. They're dropping a bit low, so where's my money? The blue team is dropping low in hit points, and Rega is back, but they're getting progress done on the objective. Now the red team starting to retake the control over the camp. But I have to say that I did not necessarily expect the blue team to do this well here. It's a little bit too early to tell. It's only map number 1 in the best of 5. We have level 10 abilities now in, but there's still a couple of opportunities to threaten this. And I mean, blue team seems to be in the driver's seat. Let's put it like that. Red team plays a little bit more reactionary, at least for now. They've made some moves earlier, but at this point... And there's another one. But it's going to be an interesting back and forth, I guess. So, here we go. Here's the chance. Oh, they go for Garrosh, and they cannot get that kill. Hoarder pulled again. There's the falling sword. They got control over the camp for now. Hyde is on the run. Blaze has to drop the bunker, and the rest of the blue team, after tapping the fountain, most of them, is now re-engaging, and they're taking back the control over their prisoner camp. But yep, big back and forth here. Half a level of an advantage in experience now for the blue team that they're trying to exploit. And the next attack is coming. So as it stands right now, the attack from Capybara. They're trying to zone out for Maiev. She's still fine. They're all fighting for the next objective. And again, once level 16 kicks in for the blue team, they're going to have an advantage. There is a small window, but the window is there. Even without it, they're getting the kill on Cassia. So Cassia goes down and gets eliminated. 4 kills to 1, and this is only going to make it worse once level 13 is in. Unless, of course, they can kill Genji now. Rega! He can't get the kill. The timing on Brightwing is perfect. There's level 16, and they're likely going to pick up the next objective, which would be the second one in a row for the blue team. So, yep, nicely done. 16 is in, half a level until we're going to get 16 on the other side. By now, we have Brightwing still moving around. Objective has already been taken. Genji is starting to do some damage down at the bottom of the map, as the rest of the team is splitting on the lanes. 40 stacks now for Cassia. And with 40 stacks, that translates into 25,000 damage for her. Genji is in the driver's seat, though, when it comes to the numbers. Look at Greymane, for example. Greymane and Blaze are both ahead of Cassia. Greymane with 25,000, 28,000 for Blaze, and then Genji coming in with a 33,000 here. So, yeah. In the middle of the map, push is now going on as level 16 gets picked up by Team Beast Titan, and with that, we're now getting, amongst other things, the static electricity. Rega continues to build with the totem, so now Earthgrass Totem is going to give them a lot more control in those team fights. But the big push and the big opportunity, oh, the taunt! And Cassia is gone. Team Beast Titan is really struggling. They're having some serious problems in all of this. Where's my money? Kudos. They are doing so well here. I didn't believe it, but they are dropping one hero after another. And now after Cassia has been destroyed, they're trying to go for Jojo, who's forced to pop her ult, and Capybara is moving back out. So with the objective, the fort at the top has nearly been destroyed, the fort in the middle has been dropped, and at the bottom of the map they did significant damage, but they weren't able to quite take it out yet. But the blue team is pulling farther and farther ahead. With 5 kills to 1, they've been doing well. And now, of course, the opportunity to maybe extend this further. The red team trying to come back by taking the camp. The problem is that the blue team has already sniffed that out. So they have been able to claim it. And yeah, he's playing around vision here, but they're knowing fully well what's going on. So they're going for the boss at the bottom. They want to fight that fight. It's a bit of a Hail Mary move, and the boss is taken. Alright, boss is claimed. A counterplay would have been to go for the topside boss, but the blue team didn't decide to do that. Instead, they're now picking up the fort with Blaze. They couldn't do anything about the boss at the bottom of the map. So here's the opportunity for Team Beast Titan to do some work here. So they're starting to move in on this and try to at least take a fort at the bot lane out. And they have a good chance of pulling that off, even with everybody trying to defend for Team Where's My Money. This is the big chance, and yep, that fort will fall. So missing out on 2 objectives, bit of a problem. At least with the boss, they were able to take a fort that helps them slightly. They're still a level behind. Have to worry about that, especially with level 20 now coming up next for the blue team. But they are trying to put Cassia into a good spot. Going for, of course, also Bloodlust. Bloodlust and the Falling Sword are probably the 2 that are the most interesting right now from their perspective. So, yeah. If they can get another prisoner camp, that would be nice. There's obviously another boss up too, so you could theoretically make a play for that, which we haven't seen yet. Topside push continuing as well. Yeah, and here comes again also Jojo. So they're trying again for the next objective. Trying to see if we can make a move here. Half a level until 20. I mean, seriously, if the red team wants to have a chance here, they need to push this a bit more aggressively, and they didn't. So now level 20 is going to kick in. Their only chance at the end of the day is to try and stall out the blue team and go for level 20 themselves. And I don't see them splitting up on the lanes yet. They don't have a global. They can't just send Brightwing somewhere. So that's an issue. But here comes the level 20 talent. It gives us the Hunter's Blunderbuss. Upgrades for Brightwing, for Garrosh. I mean, everybody is just going for the upgraded version of their ult, and now they can push in. And without the red team being able to close that experience gap quickly, they have to either give up the objective or just accept the fight without level 20 talents. Here comes Bloodlust. Yeah, let's see. Seems like the blue team is going to grab this one. 52 stacks of Cassia just don't seem enough for me to make a big difference here. So right now we have 30,000 for Cassia, 45,000 for Genji. And well, let's see what we can do here. Bottom of the map, there we are. Yeah, they got level 20 now, but I don't think they can still stop this. Can they? They got the experience for level 20 way faster than I thought they would. I gotta give them that at least. So, yeah. Here comes Blaze, nearly gone. Drops the bunker. Rhaegar, there's no ults. Well, Hordepold is there. Look at Blaze. Blaze is in trouble and he actually falls. This is the chance. Brightwing is also low. Don't tell me Team Beastine is actually able to turn this. They're getting a kill. They're looking for the second one, but they lose Maiev in the process. So that's that. Oh, Brightwing is also low. This fight, this game, they might turn it, but the objective is now locked in again by the blue team. They are losing too many heroes though. 61 stacks for Cassia. It's nothing crazy, but it allows her to get damage out. Now we got 4 versus 3 heroes up on the map, and it is time to party hard on this one. They gotta defend. They gotta defend. This would be great. I mean, for the red team, it's great if they can defend it in the first place. They haven't lost a single keep yet, so there's all the armor shields still on the core. But now, all of a sudden, after the game was leaning the entire time in favor of the blue team, we are dead even on experience. Genji is trying to ensure that this bottom fort is gonna fall, and it will, but I don't think they can take a keep down. They don't have the heroes on the map just now. So the defense is strong, and the middle has already worked out. Down at the bottom of the map, they're taking another one apart. And Hoga is working the entire time to defend the top lane. So, yep, not too bad. The push, they keep coming, and now there's an actual chance for the red team to fully recover here. They were in a tricky spot earlier, and now there's an opportunity to maybe turn the game around after all. It was a pretty impressive performance up to here from the blue team. It just felt that they couldn't fully capitalize on some of the objectives that they were taking, that they should have pushed this more aggressively and forced some of those structures earlier. If after level 20 hits, you're at least able, you know, to get to keep and take it out, then you're in a decent spot. But now they're sniffing out that attempt at the boss again. It failed earlier when it was about to be claimed by Team Beastine at the bottom of the map. But now they're seeing it early, and Team Beastine doesn't want to risk it. So they are pushing for Blaze once again. Not able to do it just yet. Yeah, maybe now another approach to try and go for it. I gotta say, some risky plays, and now the objective is up too. So off we go. They're believing more and more into the power of Cassia, I guess. Bloodlust is used. They're making the move. They want Blaze. He doesn't have the bunker. And he's about to die. But they save him with Brightwing for a moment. And then Garrosh falls. Garrosh is down. Trashwing gets eliminated. That's a double kill. And it is Team Beast Titan with a late game momentum. The late game scaling. And they are doing work. They focus onto the objective immediately. Looking great here. Hyde with a nice move and the perfect timing on Bloodlust. Now they're going for it. Capybara, of course, slowly moving down towards the bottom of the map. The objective, they're trying to force it here. But the boss at the top is already marching through the lane. Genji, the only one that hasn't died yet on the blue team. And this will be stopped. So they are forcing them to react on this. But the grunts alone are shutting it down. And now the chance for Team Beast Titan to make the play. 68 stacks for Cassia. She's getting the damage in. Bot lane push gets shut down very quickly too. And yeah, here's a chance. They go for the double boss play. They're not even bothering with the objective just yet. They're just saying, guys, we have already one boss at the top lane. That's going to destroy the top side fort. Applies pressure. We force them to defend. We're taking the boss at the bottom. And then we can still focus onto the objective and grab that. So they're getting massive amounts of momentum here that are working for them. And those decisions is really what sets them now onto a potentially winning path. So they push through the bot lane, up towards the objective. Two bosses on the map that they can play around. And things are looking pretty darn good for the red team, considering how this entire first map played out. We are only in game 1. This is the best of 5 series for the winner bracket, ladies and gentlemen. So if you win here, you move on to the grand final, the best of 9 grand final with a 1-0 lead. And the red team, after struggling in the early and the mid game, I want to say, is now all of a sudden in the driver's seat. They might still be behind in kills, but look at the pressure that they're applying to Blaze again. He has bunker, has to use it. Here comes again the ult from Jojo. Heaven's Fury with the cooldown reduction. They want the kill, they should get it. Blaze is down and so is Brightwing. They go for the triple, baby. 3 heroes eliminated, 4 heroes are down. They're going for the 5-man team wipe. And they lock it in. Big play being made right there. They go for the objective. They push through the bottom of the map. And I think they can even go for core with this one. Normally, I would really advise against going for core when only one armor shield is removed. But they are pulling it off. They're killing everybody in such a small time frame that nobody will be able to respawn. And this is going to be it. Yes, on the right side, a keep gets destroyed, but who cares? The game is going to end right here, right now, and Team Beast Titan takes the 1-0 lead. GG, and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Team Beast Titan has taken the lead after all, everybody. We're heading to Battlefield of Eternity as our second map. Pretty happy. Nice dynamic in the game. Early game struggling a little bit, even around level 10, and towards the late game they're starting to catch up. So gotta appreciate that. Very nice performance from Team Beast Titan. While we're continuing with this, guys, before we're heading into the draft, once again, a quick shout out also to all the people that are supporting the channel on patreon.com/Khaldor. Again, without you guys, especially a tournament like this, wouldn't be possible. So if anybody wants to support the channel, the best way to do that is over there on Patreon. This is a tournament that obviously runs live in a bit of a weird time zone for not only the Europeans, but also for everybody in North America. It doesn't really help that, for example, right now it's a Friday, so most people are at work in both time zones or just go to work. So without that Patreon support, gonna be honest, I would probably not cast this live. But thanks to that, I'm able to do it. So thank you. Big shout out to all of the people supporting the channel over there. If you are looking to support the channel, I'm oftentimes getting asked what is the best way to do it. This is honestly it. They take a very small cut, and it's something, you know, that's kind of regular. That helps me also to plan out my my own life a little bit. So big shout out again to everybody supporting it there. As I said, I'm not really the guy that updates a lot like social media on Patreon. I know that a lot of people do that with regular posts and stuff. I suck at this, I always have. But I think, pretty decent at then, you know, just doing the work when it comes to tournament coverage like this, hosting tournaments and the stuff that I'm promising around all of that. So yeah, big shout out to everybody that supports the channel over there. Really appreciate you guys. Battlefield, Vala banned. Duh. Hanzo, on the other hand, open, and they go for a Hogger first pick. Not a bad first pick, but I would have thought that Hanzo gets a higher priority. It brings us back to the question again, where are the differences in meta, right? And I mean, he still gets picked in the 1-2 for the blue team, so I wouldn't really say like this is a massive difference or anything, but Hogger as a first pick, while I can absolutely understand it on other maps, from a European side, most teams would probably have prioritized Hanzo a little bit higher there. Either way, Hogger can help them a lot. It's going to be at the top lane. We now get Tracer, we get Anduin. So you have actually Hyde that can supply the light bomb to Tracer as they're engaging into a team fight. Genji is still a potential pick together with that, so you can pick the two of them. This is something that Where's My Money now has to consider as well, because they have to think about whether or not they want to ban out Genji or not. So we'll see how they're going to play this. But yeah, should be an interesting one. What are they banning? They ban, again, Chen, this is the second time that this has now happened. So they're targeting Capybara. This is, by the way, the map where I personally have, for the first time, seen Capybara play Chen as a main tank. And I absolutely loved it. The way that he used his ults to just deny fights or force them with Chen worked really well. And I was criticizing at the start that they don't have a hard CC because of it. But he makes it work. And so, yep, it gets banned out. They, by the way, ban Genji because they see Hanzo. They don't want to go up against both of the Shimadas. They know that it would work well with Anduin, but they think the opponent would pick it away. The Haka gets chosen. That's, by the way, another hero that I could have seen taken by Capybara. Yes, he played the Haka main tank, and I believe it was this map where he did it. So, Capybara, most like... I mean, we could see Muradin from him. I think it's going to be a normal main tank right now. But he is somebody that will throw these curveballs on the tank role, which you don't see a lot, specifically when we're talking about the Western meta. So, pretty cool. Now, there's Suljin! Ah, Artanis! No! Oh my god! Trash Tannis! I mean, if anyone can make it work, it's gonna be Capybara. I trust him here. And we get Suljin together with that. So, this is gonna be wild. This is gonna be very cool. Suljin Tracer, not something that I had expected. But yeah, Artanis main tank apparently. Dude is wild. He's certainly wild. And the crowd, Fireball! 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 Gul'dan is our final pick, ladies and gentlemen. Battlefield of Eternity, second map in the winner bracket final. Let's go! Game number 2. Guys, it's really happening. The Artanis main tank right here, right now. On the left, we have Dehaka, Johanna starting things up. Hanzo, Gul'dan. Gul'dan with a sucky build. And yep, this is going to get more than a little bit interesting. Because we are now looking at a Artanis main tank on the other side. Going into the amateur opponent, obviously, here. We have Hogger to help him out. Anduin, Suljin, and Trace at the round of the draft, with Suljin going for Bone Slicer as his level 1 choice. But yeah, Capybara, you gotta love him. You gotta love him. I talked about his Chen main tank. I talked about his Dehaka main tank. We've seen with Leo. That has happened occasionally in the European scene too. But still, highly interesting to see this right now. And it should be fun. It should be really, really interesting to see how they're going to play this one out. But yeah, this could be a great second game in this best of 5. And I'm intrigued. Not only because I love to see Suljin on this map, but also because I'm the first one to make fun of Trash Tannis. But Capybara, he's convinced me. He's convinced me that he's a tank god that can play literally any side lane, any melee hero as a main tank and make it work. And yeah, the fact that I'm rooting for Trash Tannis, I mean, that's already pretty impressive in and of itself. I guess I'm also rooting for Capybara. On the other hand, I also want to do the blue team to do well, because I would love this series to go to a 5-mapper. This is a pretty entertaining one and has been so far. This entire tournament has been a blast. Oh, and there we go. Suljin goes down. The troll is gone. Not too bad. So that is 1 kill to 0. By the way, also talking Suljin, we obviously have in the form of Johanna also a blind. I'm not really a fan of people that act like you pick a blind against an auto attacker and that's a hard counter or something. That's usually like Wood League thinking. If you're playing in Wood League or Plastic League, then you see an auto attacker on the other side and you're like, oh my god, we need blinds! And that's never really the case. They help though. Oh, there's a nice counter kill. So yeah, blinds help. They can be a really good tool against those heroes. They're not a full hard counter, you can play around them. But in this case, it will be an added advantage for them. So play a little bit around the blind from Jojo, play around the Poli, play around the Hugger's Tongue, and we'll see how well they can do here. But on level 4, we're now also getting the Voodoo Shuffle. Okay. And we get the Psionics Energy for Artanis. So, let's see. What can they do with this? What can they do here? At the bottom of the map and with the first objective, I mean, already we're getting some more aggression. More focus also onto the drain build. There you go. I can't always call it sucky build. Some people were always like, eh, what? What is he talking about? So yeah, they're going full drain. Not a lot of stacks yet for Suljin either. I mean, it's obviously always when you're seeing like these long stacking quests that you can try and shut your opponent down a little bit by simply denying them opportunities to completely stack it up. But as the game continues, Suljin should be able to carry them more and more on the damage. For now, it's also the level 1 talent on Capybara's Artanis that gives them a bit of lead in the initial attacks here. And as you can tell, as both teams have only focused onto the Immortal, the red team has heavily pulled ahead, and they are going to try and leverage those advantages for the first and probably also the second objective. Whereas the blue team is more so interested in winning team fights and then going for it. Nice pull here from Anduin. Nicely done. This is actually kind of funny too, with Artanis already being quite mobile with those swaps that he has, and then you have Anduin, of course, helping out too. But this first objective is more or less a given at this point. They're going to get a decent shield. It's going to be a 50% or more. Oh, but Artanis gets actually stunned down. Now tries to go for the kill, and can they get Gul'dan? Yes! Tracer comes in and gets the drop on him. So Gul'dan goes down, gets eliminated here. And yeah, there's the 50% on the shield, and the quick hit with Suljin as they're coming to take down Brightwing. And Suljin not going into any, I mean, honestly, totally different build than what you would see in the European scene. Vicious Assault now taken as a level 7 talent, plus Bone Slicer on level 1, as I've already said. So not going for the usual Arcanite access that we oftentimes see when you're trying to get into that late game where Suljin becomes this massive monster. Hanzo, by the way, in some trouble here, and even with Brightwing attempting to help out, that might actually be a problem for them. They might probably lose 2 heroes now. Yep, Hanzo gets shut down, Brightwing gets eliminated too, the Fly Swatter came in and the Fruit Fly gets eliminated. That's 5 kills to 1. Guys, Team Beast Titan all of a sudden with mad amount of momentum here. And that is big. That's some big damage right now. So, yep, job well done. And they, with the first objective, were able to take a fort out, kill some heroes, now go for the Haka at the top lane. And that's another one that they could kill. The Haka is gone. They can go for the camps now. Yeah, they're great. Going all over the place with these and moving in for another. So, for another camp. Actually, for 2 camps. At the bottom of the map, they're taking the next one. So, 1.5 level lead. Ah, not quite. Well, no one will overdo it. They're a little bit more than 1 level ahead, so good for them. But 6 kills to 1 pretty much tell you the tale here. So, they're closing in on level 10. And this is gonna be pretty big. But, yeah. Level 10 ability, I mean, with level 10 abilities, they can just siege up on this and claim it. So, right now, This is going to be another fort that falls. I don't see a world in which they can't take that down. Yeah, well, one level. So here comes Suljin, a little bit low, and yep, they're looking good. They can't get the fort. Nice defense. Nice defense by the blue team, able to pull that off. So good job from them. Camps are being taken. Still a decent lead. I mean, again, one fort with the first objective, second objective being up there. Level 10 just now barely for Team Where's My Money. So as it stands, the blue team still able to fight back. As long as they get level 10 for the objective here, they're going to be fine. It's not quite there at the beginning of all of this. So we have him just kicking in. The halftime show is therefore more or less lost. But they got a lot of CC, Horrify, Sustained, not Sustained, Blessed Shield. Not quite there yet. And he went, actually, I didn't even catch that. He went for the laser. God, I hate this ult. Secret strategy, the secret counter, walk away from it. A good player with a bit of stutter stepping is going to make sure that he still gets value out of it. It's not like you're mindlessly running away from it the entire time. I'm personally a much bigger fan of you going into the bombardment there later. But anyways, I love that we have on level 10 at least Taz Dingo. But the CC was nicely blocked. If you saw Hanzo YOLO out the arrow, they actually did really well around it because it was soaked up by Hogger as he was spinning. Now maybe a kill. Can they go for that? Nice. That actually works out for them. Suljin with the ult goes for Taz Dingo here. He doesn't have a lot of stacks yet and is going down once again, but the counter kill is still happening as Gul'dan falls, so they're just trading kills and they might lose more now as Nevermind gets attacked on Brightwing. That's, oh my god, they're losing way too much here. 3 heroes taken out, and with the light bomb they're engaging against Dehaka and they drop him too. Very nicely done. Huge play, and of course the damage is now massive. The top lane fort has been destroyed. Just look at these kills. That fight was so perfect for them. The timing in particular, because now multiple heroes were missing as they are pushing through the top. Suljin isn't here. He's now moving down to the bottom of the map. But we're talking 8.5 minutes and they're already working on the keep. 2 forts destroyed. The keep gets attacked. Level 13 talent advantage for them. And it's just nasty. This keep might fall. They're gonna try and save it. Maybe they can. It's gonna be close. Even with this being... Yeah, I think they can barely save it. Yes, yes, yes. But only because it was just the second objective. And the lead has been extended. 2 levels of a lead right now that they have over the opponent's team. And that, again, taking all of the mercenary camps. So, Team Beast Titan, after game number 1, has really gained momentum. At the beginning of game number 1, they seemed to struggle a bit. They stabilized as the first game continued, and then towards the late game, they were able to start to come back and turn things around. But that momentum that they built up there is now being brought over into the next series, or into the next match. So, well, map. Now I'm going through all the iterations. So now they have 10 kills to 2, a 2-level advantage. They're really bullying the Haka at the top, forcing Brightwing to react. Arrow! Yeah, well, connects, but not well enough. And it's just impressive to see how they are pulling this off here. The damage output, we have 22,000 for Hogger, 27,000 for Hanzo, but it doesn't matter. They are not able to get kills, as it seems. And they're being played to the wall now. That's a huge problem for them right now. Losing 2 forts and nearly the top side keep is a big issue. The next Immortal. This is an Immortal where, honestly, if they don't step it up, they might lose the game here. It's a bit bonkers. Gul'dan completes the quest just in time for the fight on the boss. They're going to get level 13 talents. This is probably their best chance to try and bring this back. Because now, with level 13, they're going to be fine here. Yeah, oh, if they can get a kill, then that would be even better. Another drag connects. Light bomb. Dehaka dodges it. Nice. Big fight at the bottom of the map as the blue team is desperately trying to get themselves a lead over this. Hogger comes in with a Horda pulled, and they're still pushing the battle, and they're getting their kill. Hanzo is down. They're crushing the hopes and dreams of the blue team. Gul'dan eliminated. Hanzo the first one to be destroyed. Now they go for Jojo. The swap is happening after Johanna. Dehaka becomes the target. Only Brightwing survives, and this is a total disaster. They're just losing everything here.
And level 16, as a result, drops early into the hands of Team Beast Titan. They can go for the objective now. They will for sure win the halftime show. And they might even walk away with 100% shield. So now we got the double pull for Anduin, which in and of itself is already a problem. We get no mercy for Suljin. Trash Tanis has gone into Force of Will here. Only 12 stacks, by the way, for Suljin. It's kinda wild. He doesn't even have the extended range yet. And we're already on level 16 for them, 12 minutes in. But look at how they're dominating this game. Very different focus in regards to the build, of course, and what we're seeing in Europe too. But everything is working so well for them. They're just crushing it. We're now having a 3-level advantage for Team Beast Titan. And we're seeing them currently with 14 kills to 2. That in and of itself is already nasty. And now you have the push through the top with the mercenary camp, which likely will cost the blue team the keep. Unless they send somebody else topside. Brightwing alone is not going to be able to stop that. And talking about stopping things, nobody is going to stop the Immortal in the bot lane. This is likely going to be a 2-0 right here. The 2-0 lead in the best of 5 is absolutely in their grasp right now. So here comes the big move from Team Beast Titan. They're going through Where's My Money like hot butter goes through cheese. They're absolutely destroying them. I just don't see a world where they're not ending the game here. They're looking for kills. Unless the red team is losing a couple of heroes right now, they're going to dominate this. The top side keep is about to go down too. Gul'dan is gone. Gul'dan is trashed. So is Johanna. The shield is gone as well. This is going to be the end of it. They're cleaning house here. It's a triple kill already. They're going for the quad kill. 5-man team wipe as they claim victory in game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. GG and well played.
Game number 3, match point number 1, everybody. Team Beast Titan going up against Where's My Money. And damn, they stepped it up from game number 1 to game number 2, didn't they? On Alderac Pass, it looked a lot more even, especially in the early and the mid game. But on Battlefield of Eternity, Team Beast Titan absolutely crushing it. Atanis main tank, Laser apparently the best ult in the game, 100% win rate. And now we're heading into Cursed Hollow, which could technically be the last map of this series. Now we're in the winner bracket, which means the team that loses here is going to drop down into the losers bracket final and has a chance to force their way through that to force a rematch. But Team Beast Titan, apparently they're aiming for a quick day. They want to make this a 3-0 and move through this series straight towards the grand final. Quick reminder. Best of 9 grand final with the winner bracket advantage of a 1-0. So whichever team advances here is going to start in the grand final with a 1-0 advantage over their opponents. But yeah, pretty crazy game so far. And specifically crazy performance in game number 2 from Team Beast Titan. So what can they do here? Vala hasn't been banned yet. Should now be banned by Team Beast Titan though. Normally she's a first pick, first ban. So yeah, normally this would be a Vala ban right now, unless they're really confident that they can take her down. In 95% of the games that we've seen so far, she gets banned. And if she doesn't get banned, she usually ends up as a first pick. So if they're really hesitating on this. And they ban Uther. Vala's up. Vala is all of a sudden up, and this could be a quick first pick on her. Alright. Vala taken. Yes. They go Diablo. What? She doesn't even get picked on the first slot. Alright, alright, alright. That is just flipping everything that we've seen so far in the draft and all the games on its head. When it came to the Korean meta, they value Vala so much higher than the Western scene. It's insane. And now she gets ignored? Are you shitting me? Come on, guys. Dehaka and Lucio as the early picks for Team Beast Titan. That's insane. Given everything that we've seen in this tournament so far, that's just crazy. Absolutely ignored. I can't believe it, really. So now, Where's My Money
after they prioritized Diablo, Leo and Anduin, all of a sudden they're just all sitting there like, yep, we don't want her. She could still be banned, but at this point it really seems like both teams don't give a shit. It's ridiculous. And again, this comes all in the context of Vala being picked and banned non-stop, all the time. Every single game that we've seen, she is either insta-picked or, what happened most of the time, just banned out. This game, on the other hand, nope. They ban Genji, they leave her up. I still don't know what's going on here. Again, go through the drafts that we've seen so far in this tournament. Maybe they just agreed that they would ignore her? It's like, I don't know what's going on here. Alright. Are they banning her? She's been so consistent as a ban. It's she has a 100% rate in this tournament to be either picked or banned. And they're banning Tychus. Is there some kind of, like, gentleman's agreement going on that I'm not privy to, where they just all decided that they don't want Vala? She has 100% either ban or first pick rate in this entire tournament so far. All the games that we've seen. Every single map. And now here in the winners final on match point number 1, we just don't get her. Kira, what? Kira and Malthael. Guys, we have a triple frontline already and Capybara hasn't even made a choice yet. What is happening here? Is there a bet that they lost or what? Is there like some special incentive? Do we have a bounty board? I thought like we were running the bounty cups, but apparently no. So, Diablo Leoric, full on normal draft. Again, with Vala just letting go of her for 1 second. It's a pretty normal draft that we're seeing from the blue team. But I don't know what's going on here. Dehaka, Kira, and Malthael. Now we're getting Zeratul and Greymane. And Capybara as the final pick. If they're not swapping heroes around, then he's going to pick another melee as well. Unless they're switching roles. What? Huh? Cursed Hollow. Match point number 1. Here comes Stukov. Double support. Stukov main tank. I mean, we've seen something similar in the past once or twice in Europe. But no, they're swapping heroes around. Capybara finds himself Lucio. I have no idea what's going on anymore. We are going into Cursed Hollow, everybody. Game number 3. Match point number 1. Match point number 1. Team Beast Titan is in the lead, and I have absolutely no clue what happened in this draft. After everything we've seen in this tournament so far, this doesn't make any sense. Is there a gentleman's agreement? Did they just all say they would ignore Vala? Literally first ban or first pick throughout the entire tournament, and here in the match point, everybody just ignores her. Nobody cares. On the left, Diablo Leoric as the front line, Zeratul Greymane for damage, and then we have Anduin for heals. And on the right side, Team Beast Titan, they went completely bananas again. They went Malthael, Kira, and Dehaka, and we get Stukov and Lucio from them. What? They've always been good for a bit of a curveball draft, but I did not expect anything remotely like this. We don't have a range damage dealer. We don't have an actual range damage dealer for them. No range DPS, no mage, no nothing. Just like, once again, a combo where you're looking at it and you're like, did you guys lose a bet? Is there something going on that I'm not privy to? Something that happened in chat that I couldn't decipher? But it's bonkers. They seem confident. They have a 2-0 lead. They want to go to the grand final, of course. They want to have that winner's bracket advantage. And now the move towards the top. Already Dehaka getting bullied, and that's first blood right there. Alright. So, Dehaka goes down. He's the first one to fall. And I'm still trying to wrap my head a bit around what's happening on the red team side. And around the fact that Vala was just absolutely ignored. Not believing that... yeah, still struggling with it. Anyways, let's see what they can do. We already have Malthael on the camp, so now past the 1 minute mark, Greymane is going to his job and start to lock in things real quickly. We have Leoric all the way at the top side, riding on a unicorn. That's also kind of wrong on so many levels. Like, I don't know, dude, money pick or bust. I mean, there's a couple of other mounts that I think Leoric can go for, but the unicorn, yeah, I don't really know. So, 1-0 in regards to kills. Blue team wants to start the comeback here. They want to start the comeback. They want to bring the damage right here, right now. Get the point on the scoreboard. And yeah, just try and aim for that reverse sweep. So, will they, won't they? The invade is coming. Yeah, red team is aggressively trying to take the scam. They're gonna grab it. They're gonna get it. And they're gonna maybe even get a kill. Grayman has to retreat. He survives. So does Diablo. But they steal the camp. And that just sucks. If in the early game you're going in for a big move like that, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, bye-bye. We're gonna take your camp away from you. And then the Siege Giant camp on top of that as well. That makes matters, of course, worse. And now they have to defend in the mid lane. There's two camps pushing, and at the bottom of the map, it's the Siege Giants that are starting to do work. I mean, that is already a great start for the team in red. Even considering that they lost the hero earlier. So yeah, drag is happening from Dehaka. Down at the bottom of the map, still trying with that little play to open up the wall, which they did damage on the fort. Team Beast Titan is controlling this so efficiently. And Leo even dies at the top, so yeah, seems like Kira went a little bit too optimistic and ended up on the wrong side of the gate. A little bit of a swing, whee, and then bam, dead. Yep, but it's a trade in kills, obviously a bit advantageous for the blue team since Leo essentially respawns after just a couple of seconds on site again. Kira got a free trip back to the Nexus to top of a mana pool. But now that they're fighting for the first tribute, they might have to let this go. 3 heroes currently trying. Oh, actually, they are really threatening Diablo at the front, don't they? And Kira's now moving into the middle lane, trying to take another camp out, or another minion wave out, so that they can start and aim for level 7. And there they are, level 7 talents are kicking in. That gives us the targeted excision after they're initially going for the reactive ballista spores here. Both teams with level 7 now. And Kira can go for another wave fairly easily. Question is just simply if she's going to join the fun down here eventually. And well, that question has been answered. So they're trying to make another play for Diablo, and the poor guy gets absolutely swarmed by the opponent. Might actually fall here. Zeratul moved in too, but damn. They are absolutely crushing this, forcing them back. I'm not quite sure if they can easily channel that tribute though. I actually doubt it, because there's still a fountain that got tapped, so they have enough sustain to re-engage here and try and make another little play. Yeah. How much farther can they go with this though? Leo all the way up at the top. Down here we're having still Zeratul jumping in, trying to deny this. But Kira is channeling. Nobody is getting close to interrupting her, and that's tribute number 1. Actually, it's Lucio. Sorry, my bad. Lucio grabs it. And with that, we're now looking at 1 tribute to 0. A little bit of a leading experience. Behind kills, but still, early game, still doing pretty okay for them. So, nice early game performance from the team with a wonky draft. Zeratul is going into Might of the Nerazim build so far. Started things off with Shadow Hunter as his level 1, and then here with Wormhole as level 7, so he's waiting for the synergy. And has all the mobility later on to really apply pressure. Question just simply is, can they? It's an interesting lineup that the red team is running. I mean, generally when you're going into an all-out melee draft, if you commit to a fight, you are committed. It's very difficult to get disengaged. They have 2 supports. Lucio makes that maybe a little bit easier, but also the sustain that they have will help them as this continues. It's just funny to me that the blue team is currently sitting tight there, and they're like, yeah. They're very cautious. They're not really taking any risk, and that of course plays into the hands of Team Beast Titan, which is doing better and better and better over here. Yeah, let's see. There's the ults. Might have Nerazim as expected. Let's see, do we get any surprises over on the red team? It's probably the more important part. They just let this one go, so it's a tribute for a tribute. And it's time for the boss. Yes, one team goes for boss, the other team just goes for their bruiser camp. Go for the throat is in. Lucio is still waiting this out. But besides that, last rites from out there, nothing too crazy. But the boss is taken. Another little advantage for the red team. as they're now moving down towards the bottom of the map. And yeah, blue team can definitely kiss that one goodbye. If they thought that they could go from the bruiser camp straight towards the boss, that has now been shut down simply because it would be interrupted. Last rights, and there's the kill. Malthael picks up an easy one against Leoric. Maybe not the most impactful at this point, but then at the same time, of course, they have now the first stack for Malthael, so the cooldown reduction is slowly starting to get again. And guess what? Zeratul is also in trouble, is able to move back out by using Might of the Narazim. So at least he's still alive. If he would have died, that would have changed things significantly. Oh, Kira gets away from the Entomb. Light Bomb. It's not flowing together for them now, is it though? Yeah. Greyman at the top, by the way, loses now the fort to the boss. With the Haka sticking around, it was difficult for him to go in on the defense. Next tribute should actually be grabbed by the red team, just because the position is so much better. And yeah, nobody's even interrupting. Nobody's even getting close, so that's the second one for Team Beast Titan. So they have a 2-1 tribute lead. And the leading experience is still there, 2 kills to 2. Yeah, I gotta admit I'm a bit curious to see how the next tribute plays out. That one will be big. And the boss is of course still up as well. So there's another one that is fairly huge. The Haka still up against Leo up the top. Already coming in, gets the swing to the face. And in the middle they've nearly destroyed this fort as well. In structures, the blue team is already struggling, and here comes the level 13 talent that gives them a lead, or an advantage. The gap is small enough that I don't think that window will be exploited. But still, could become a bit problematic. Camps are still taken, rotating around here. Inevitable End is now in, 17,000 damage for Martial. By the way, that puts him into the pole position in hero damage, so he is the highest damage dealer now. Way ahead from Greymane. The only other one that comes even close on the blue team is Leoric, with all the drains that he's been able to play out. So, yeah. That's the next one, 13 to 13. Push down at the bottom of the map. Could go for another fort here too. In the middle, the same picture. If you get the tribute, of course, then you are very likely going to get that curse. But they're already taking this fort out before that even becomes a question. Or are they? Rotation now coming in, so they let it slide for now. The fight on the other hand. Can the blue team win it? Coming again with Light Bomb. Ah, the last rights, but not able to take down Anduin. So that cooldown went nowhere. Leo is a bit low, is able to escape, and they're getting rid of the entire team. Everybody is just jumping out. The problem is that they're moving away from the tribute too by falling down to the bottom. Can Leo interrupt? He's trying, and he does it just in time. I think the red team could have zoned them. I think they could have really prevented Leoric from moving in like this. At least forcing the Wraith Walk so they have a chance to kill him on the way back out. But now the chance for the blue team to turn the game around a bit. They're already coming in, looking for the kill. Can't find it just yet. Zeratul jumping in, out with another quick cleave and attack. Same time, Leoric is low. Diablo also in trouble. Zeratul moving in again. Nobody has died so far in that fight, but we have the first one to fall, and that is Greymane. Greymane is gone. He's eliminated. Diablo in the corner. Leoric also about to go down. Tries to drop an Entomb here. That doesn't work for him either. The channel has happened. The team is cursed and trouble's brewing on the horizon. They are losing too much. They lost Diablo. Here comes the Light Bomb again for the second time in this fight. But Anduin is also going to get murdered here. Anduin is gone. The next attack, they're taking the entire team down. 5-man team wipe. The only survivor, well, not survivor, but Diablo at least had a soul stack, so he came back. But now the fort at the bottom of the map is annihilated. The one in the middle gets destroyed by the minions. Here at the bottom, they're already moving through the gate straight for the keep. They're really trying to hit all of the lanes at once. A second stack for Malthael. The keep in trouble, and damn, Team Beast Titan. What a performance here. These guys are on an absolute tear, locking in the level 16 talents now. And they're taking the keep out. The first keep gets destroyed 11 minutes into the game. 11 minutes in, they're taking the keep out, and they're just looking fantastic here. 8 kills to 2 levels ahead, and they're just playing with them. Absolutely playing with them. Huge performance by Team Beast Titan. Game number 1, it really seemed like we're having an all-out match, a BO5 on eye level that might go down to the wire. And then ever since map number 2, it just feels like Team Beast Titan unleashed their real power level. It's over 9,000, by the way. and is now starting to dominate this series. They want to go to the grand final, and stopping them is going to be tough. Not impossible, but tough. If they can go for the boss now, make a move here, then you know maybe they can apply a bit of pressure. But yeah, they would have to step it up big time if they want to have a chance. Taking the boss is a big first step. It's the one at the bot lane. This one would go for core directly if taken by the red team. So they want to deny this too. At the top, on the other hand, we have the red team getting another boss, and this one will likely now start to damage the top side keep. So this is very likely going to be the result of this play. Especially since they also now could push with it. Now, the good news is it's at least level 16 versus level 16. So there's no talent advantage anymore. The Haka can fight at the bottom of the map and try to help out here. But in the meantime, the attack is still happening over at the top lane. So boss is moving in. 2-level advantage. 8 kills, 2-2. And now maybe a chance? How much can they do with this? Yeah, well, they're still trying to escort the boss in. There's a bit of an attack happening in the middle of the map as well. The Haga could tunnel, of course. But in an ideal world, they want to have that keep. Kira slowly starting to rotate over, I'd say. She's top damage in the game, by the way. 37,000. And they're not really forcing it. They're actually not risking anything. They're not forcing it. They're just falling back a little bit. And they're like, alright, whatever. Let's just play this slow, cool, calm, collected. They're being forced into a battle by their opponents, though, who are very interested in fighting this. Malthael on the channel gets the tribute for the team. Could join the fight now, so that could become a problem. Light bomb. Kira's gone. Kira's gone. They get the kill on Kira. Malthael, yeah, maybe if he can get a kill on Leo. He could go for last rites on Leoric, but they're trying to jump out here. Still has the ult available, though. And is going to drop it. Yes! And he cannot get the kill. Zeratul survives. Leo with another drain. They're trying to bring this one back, but it's going to be tough. Very tough to say the least. So, half a level until 20. Now we got 29,000 damage from Greymane. 41,000 for Malthael. He's taking over. Malthael is taking over on the top numbers now. Lucio in the middle, though, gets killed. With Kira already gone, losing him here as well is more than annoying. That's a problem. That really is a problem right now. Because it's a staggered death. So you're losing momentum and you're losing the opportunity to just apply more pressure and keep the momentum up. So it's 4 kills to 8. Level 20 is ready. But with that little play that we just saw and Lucio getting denied, it's another 30 seconds that you have to slowly start catching up in experience. If they can make that work, get to level 20, then who knows? Maybe they can turn the game around. So far they haven't taken a single fort out. That's a problem. Bot lane, where the boss was moving through, they nearly dropped it, but it's still there. So, yeah, next attacks are coming. We got one more channel. It's only the second tribute if we claim it. But with Lucio gone, the red team doesn't make a move. So, 2 tributes to 1 right now. 4 kills to 8. And maybe a game after all. Kira, by the way, utility belt. So, Kira at this point, changing things up a little bit with utility belt as the level 20 talent. And then again, the blue team still with Leo at the top, getting the plays there. Somebody has to get the experience at the bottom of the map. Alright, starting to move in. They're getting actually closer to this. They might just be ready for the next tribute to claim it. And again, this is a curse tribute, so they have 2 already to the name. If they get another tribute now, curse against the red team might just be what they need in order to take some of the forts down, maybe all of them, and push for some keeps. So, still salvageable. It's not an easy situation, but it is salvageable. You need a curse, though, in order to work that out. So, yeah. Level 20 is kicking in, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it in time, for sure. So, now is the question, who is gonna win that team fight? Because it's gonna be crucial. Technically, of course, you could see the team in blue just let it slide and be like, yeah, whatever, we don't need it. We fight for number 5. But at this point, buried alive, Hunter's Blunderbuss, Sensor, Shadow Stride, and Hellgate as they make their move. Oh, there, Kira! Kira the first one to fall, and maybe another kill now. The blue team, all of it. Yeah, there they go. Greymane, look at him. Unleashing the damage. Getting Kira, getting Malthael. Now they're going for the next kill, and looking so much better here. Stukov is down, that's 3 gone. The fort gets destroyed, and all of a sudden the combo of Team Beast Titan is just falling apart for them. They're losing basically everyone. Malthael bought back and is back to business, but it's 8 kills to 8, and they are trying for aggression at the bottom of the map. Now here in the middle, Catapult is still doing some damage at the keep, so losing some here. Topside fort is also about to be destroyed, but it seems like the blue team is going to try and end the game right now. They're going for core. They want to end it right here, right now. They want to deny Team Beast Titan any opportunity of reclaiming the momentum, and they're doing well. Kira is back in 10, but the shield is about to be gone. Diablo gets attacked. The core is falling, and it's falling quickly. Seems like we're going to game number 4. Game number 4 is in reach as Capybara slides away, the core falls, and that is game. Where's my money with the first point on the scoreboard? GG. Well played.
So I guess we're gonna get another map. Map number 4, everybody. Team Beast Titan in the lead as we are heading into Infernal Shrines. But Where's My Money has now put a point onto the scoreboard. So with that, I mean, maybe the draft was a little bit too wild for the red team after all. But it is match point number 2, and now Vala gets insta-banned again. What is happening here? Seriously. Did they have some crazy arrangement for game number 3, or am I nuts? Every game Vala gets picked immediately, or more likely banned, and then on Cursed Hollow they just all ignore her completely. It's crazy. But anyways, now we're back to the normal pattern, so I think we entered some alternate dimension or something and then jumped back. Some Marvel multiverse meta BS. Anyways, Diablo and Leo are now both banned out, so it seems like Team Beast Titan fully had enough of it. This is also Infernal Shrine, so it makes sense. Blaze is still up. I could totally see him as a first pick for Team Beast Titan here. The team still, of course, eager to move on to the grand final, and they have the opportunity right now. But yeah, color me intrigued. What are we gonna get? Hogger gets banned. Another great choice at banning a side lane out, so he can, of course, massively pog around here. But I believe that makes Blaze now way more likely. But they go Lucio again. Okay. Now, Dehaka and Blaze are probably your best side laners at this point. You could go Urel depending on what you want to do and what kind of composition you're playing. But when it comes to just full-on control on the Shrine and also the AoE that it brings, these two will most likely be your best options. Anyways, blue team. Where's my money? Starting the comeback. They want to go for the reverse sweep. Can they pull it off? If they can force game number 5, they just might. Here comes Blaze and there goes Brightwing. So we have them with a double pick. And we had a bit of a break between the last map and this one, so maybe enough time also for the players that did not have to go to the bathroom or grab themselves some food to just like sit down real quickly and think about, okay guys, how do we approach this? What is our map choice? What are we going to do right now? But it would be awesome if Team Where's My Money can force game number 5. But given the dynamic that we've seen so far in this series, I think Team Beast Titan is now going to try and come out swinging. And they actually go Urel. So no Dehaka, no control, no global, no control on the Shrine, but just straight up with Urel trying to make the play now with maybe even a Nubarak. I mean, that is something that has been played quite a bit, where we get a Nubarak and Urel as a combo on the Korean or there's the Eastern scene, as they're trying to engage in aggressively and make a play. Not necessarily true for this one. Jojo is still up, they're banning Chen again. I hate that a little bit, because on the one hand I really appreciate that they did the research and that they value the Chen play of Capybara so highly that they are denying it to him every chance they can get. On the other hand, I'm a huge fan of that chain main tank because I think it's pretty fun and it's very nice how he plays it, but he gets denied that option in nearly every single game. So yeah. Then again, they've been playing wild combos the entire time. Wouldn't be shocked to see another one. So Infernal Shrines, we get the double pick on the blue team side after Blaze and Brightwing opened up the draft for them. There's a Nubarak. They actually take him. and they take Tychus. So with Tychus, we now have also the chance to go straight in for Odin on the Shrine fights. That might have actually taken the hero away from the from the red team. But again, Jojo is still up. She's great here. She gives you AoE, she gives you tons of utility, and is normally a hero that is being prioritized a lot higher. So a Johanna pick would be fairly strong for them. And that is not what we're getting. Oh my god. Guys, Team Beastide, look at this. Urel main tank, is that what we're getting? Ana? Ana main tank? I don't know anymore what's going on. I don't understand this game anymore. Zeratul is in the house as our final pick. Capybara, is he gonna swap heroes around? Nope. Yep, he does. Capybara on Lucio. It's getting wild again. Inferno Shrines, everybody. Let's jump in. Match point number 2 for the red team. We're headed to Inferno Shrines. Game number 4. Where's my money? On the left. I have no idea what they paid the red team, but they decided that they would just go all out bonkers with their draft. So now first the blue team. With a Nubarak Blaze, Tychus for Odin for those shrine fights. We get Zeratul and Brightwing. A well-rounded draft. Something that you can definitely play with. And then over on the right side, we have the red team with Ana, with Lucio, Genji, Junkrat, and Urel. And their main tank player, their normal tank player, Capybara, is actually playing Lucio here. These kids aren't alright. I mean, what is happening? I honestly don't understand anymore what's going on. I don't even put it past them that they can win with this. I've seen too many crazy things from them. But it's just wild to me, some of the stuff that we're currently seeing here. So, yeah, very entertaining, very fun, but let's see how far they can go. Because you are obviously risking that you are getting destroyed here, and that then afterwards you're just gonna lose out and you have to fight in game number 5. So that's always a risk. That's always a risk, that's always an option. And we'll see how they're going to play this out. But it's again, if you all of a sudden lose because you overdo it a little bit with this, then you can very quickly end up in a situation, you know, where you're just falling apart in game number 5. You're overdoing a little bit. You seem like you are going to be all right. You lose one game, and then it's all coming down to the final map, and that's where your opponent just simply outplays you. You feel that you can take it easily, and you're getting denied. So I don't know. We'll see. Urel already got killed, so she's first blood in the game here. It's wild. But I'm intrigued. I want to see if they can pull this off. I love the comps that they've been playing throughout the tournament. They had a lot of fun there, as I already said earlier. We had these main tank variations from Capybara in particular. I mentioned Chen, I mentioned Dehaka. I've also... what else did they play? There was Leo, I believe, at some point. But these double support comps that they're currently playing here, is this really something that works for them? Time will tell. So far, they've lost Urel once. I think we can see past that. She got trapped at the top lane a bit. But right now, here comes the move. Maybe for Nubarak. Can they get a kill here? Nah, they can't. Level 4 is kicking in on both sides. I'm more so intrigued for the second objective than anything else. Because the problem with the first objective is oftentimes that you end up in a situation where the Tychus team is not playing too aggressively, simply because they're saying, yeah, we want to wait for Odin, we want to play this a little bit slower on the first objective, and it's later when we are really making our big play. So this is something that we could see here too, but yeah, we'll see. First objective is already popping up, so now it's just a question of whether or not they're fully playing into this, if everybody engages and commits, or if somebody is trying to play this out a bit slower. Nobody runs Sylvanas, which is oftentimes, of course, being used to just side lane push, you know, and trying to get more value than the other team gets with the first Punisher. You can sometimes pull that off with the first and the second Punisher, but usually after that they're scaling too hard. But this is also mainly true when we have Sylvanas, or at least Greymane in the house. So, yeah, we'll see. Either way, 1 kill to 0 at the bottom of the map. That's actually where they're trying to do exactly what I just described. They're waiting with Tychus for the first one. And, oh, Genji. Genji, grenade to the face, and he gets out. But Good stacking also from Zeratul. So they're playing on that. And by now with level 7 talents kicking in, they have a bit of a lead. But of course, with 28 to 24 Shrine minions, very likely we're going to get the first Punisher for the team over here. So this is at least what we can expect to happen. And yeah, we'll see. Blaze is fighting for it a bit though. Blaze is fighting for it and is trying, but it's not happening. So they're going to grab that. Wall is opened up at the bottom of the map. Here in the middle, they're still pushing this. And here comes the Arcane Punisher. So, how much damage can they do with this? As I said, I expect the blue team to be much more aggressive around the second objective when they have level 10 and can leverage Odin. That's normally what we're getting. But here comes the jump, properly baited over the walls. So should help them to defend this fairly easily. Tower gets destroyed. The normal early game shenanigans, I'd say. But every time I look over at the red team in their composition, I'm thinking like, okay, is that really gonna work? And so far, it doesn't. They're losing Ana, so now they lost Urel once, they lost Ana. And here comes Team Beast Titan. The one, again, I personally don't obviously know how much success they had with these with these heroes in combo, but it reminds me a little bit of Team Wah. When Team Wah was ahead, what they did is they just tried to troll a little bit. They picked some out-of-the-box combos, they had some fun, and oftentimes it worked out for them. They were able to close out the series, but we also had situations where then the third or the fifth map, depending on best of 3 or best of 5 series, was forced. Then they went into normal mode again and won. But we had also situations where they ended up on the final map, tried to win it, got outdrafted or made a crucial mistake within the game itself, and then they lost the series. And I think that's something that Team Beast Titan is currently risking here. But they get their first kill. They get Zeratul. Level 10 in the hands of Where's My Money, but Zeratul is down. And it's just happening before the blue team gets level 10 abilities. So that closes that window on them and makes it hard for them to get value out of this before level 10 kicks in on both sides. By the way, again, Sacred Ground. This is a talent that we are basically not seeing ever. Oh, and Rocket Ride, love it. Both of the talents. Talents that we don't get in the Western scene. Over here in the Korea tournament, we get it occasionally, and particularly Rocket Ride is a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see how much value they can get with that. It gets utilized against also Odin a fair amount, so time to tell if that's happening here too. Big collapse at the top. Urel gets the ult out and is not able to get away because Zeratul. But the counter kill. Oh, not even close. Zeratul survives thanks to Brightwing, but damn, you couldn't have cut that any closer if you wanted to. That was nasty. Could have died. Rocket Ride, able to get away. Junkrat gets attacked and then comes in and gets back to the Nexus. So, some pretty interesting situations already happening right here. God, I love that thing. It is so stupid. So Junkrat is straight back into the middle. Yep, having some fun on this. And didn't die, which is the most important part, of course, in what just happened. So, yeah, he's still totally fine over here. And now, of course, the question, who wins the next objective? This is really where I believe we're going to see the power levels of both of these compositions, because now Odin is available, and now the red team is going to be fully willing to make their plays. 100%. So, as it stands, we have the red team starting the play very quickly here, starting to make the move. And yeah, who's going to get the first? Odin very early unleashed. Oftentimes teams are waiting a bit until they have at least some stacks. But right now they're unleashing it right at the start. Urel pops the ult, so she's all going on the Sacred Ground, wants to hold the position here. Yeah, and actually does pretty well with that. So Urel currently looking great, giving them not only the chance to pick up a few additional minion stacks, but also zoning everybody out that is trying to enter through the left. 13 is ready, on the other hand, for Where's My Money. That gives them a talent advantage, but they're starting to fall behind on the objective. So they have to fully engage here if they want to have a chance. And they do exactly that, into the backline, trying to get that kill. Cocoon is out against Urel. She has the ult back up, uses it immediately. Genji in trouble, still alive. Got the nano boost, gets the shield, and he's still alive and gets away. They're able to save him. The Punisher's already taken. The jump procced any second now. He's gonna have part of the party. Comes in for Brightwing and bam! The kill with the rocket ride. Zeratul is dead too. Blaze gets obliterated. Nicely done. Perfect. Check this one out. Have a look at Junkrat and see how he's playing this. Oh! The Punisher. First with a stun, and here comes the attack to take the fort out. So, job well done. That was actually really impressive. So the comp worked out for them on the first objective. And now the big question, of course, can they carry that momentum into the late game in game number 4 and actually win this one? Previously, they weren't able to do it on the first match point that they had, but now we're in game number 4. Now we're on Infernal Shrines. Maybe now they have another chance. There is not a big lead in experience though, so they were able to take one fort out. The one in the middle is nearly destroyed, but Zeratul is also always looking to get a quick kill against them. The double support gives of course a fair amount of sustain over to the red team, but they also have a lot of squishies that Zeratul can try and aim for, and he's been doing that a lot. He's the top damage dealer on the blue team side, sitting at 20,000 right now. Genji has 26,000 in the meantime, damage against heroes. And yeah, now the chance to maybe cup the floor a little bit with Junkrat and take out fort number 2. Each team has so far lost one fort, but here comes the attack. And the defense is ready for it. Defense is ready for it. Zaratul's at the bottom of the map. Jet propulsion just barely not connecting with Genji. Well, that could have been problematic. 16 talents on the horizon for both teams, but they're so close in experience that it's not going to make a big difference or anything. So, what are we gonna get here? Yeah, can they take it down? Genji was trying. Maybe he went too deep, but they have the double support and also the help from Lucio in this case to assist Genji. Overwatch helps Overwatch as the two of them get out, and yep, that fort's still standing. But they're pinging it like crazy. I mean, they want that thing. They really want that thing. And the blue team is defending as best as they can. And I find it impressive that they've been able to make that work. So, yeah, not bad. But, let's see. We got 3 kills to 4 still. And they finally have it. Despite all of the efforts of where's my money, no opportunity this time to save the fort. So it goes down, more catapult pressure. And more importantly for the next objective, the fountain is now eliminated. So, yeah, that's the big deal. No fountain, you have to go to the top lane if you want to have a chance there. So once that the objective gets actually spawned, then we'll see. I mean, either way, by now we're looking at the camps claimed. I mean, that's obviously also a bit of a problem for the red team, I guess. They have to make sure that at least the catapults are being defeated first, because if they don't, then their keep, at least theoretically, could take damage. We're not that deep into the game yet, we're 12 minutes in. But it starts stacking up after some point for sure. So, yeah. Anyways, 3 kills to 4. Attack coming through the middle as the blue team is hoping to already get some structural damage in, maybe even open the gate up so that it can follow if somebody tries to retreat to the fountain. But the big problem really is now the fountain as a tool for Team Beast Titan, and it's not available for their opponents. Level 16 talents are ready for both, and off we go. At this point, we're having immediately the lead for the red team. They're with Urel and Spot. Here comes also her old Sacred Ground. And of course, Odin on the side of the blue team. Everybody is just fighting for the next one. This is really where they're trying to make their stand. It's Urel over and over again with her Sacred Ground that is doing fairly okay here. But the fight is forced down into the lane itself. And the follow-up after Genji got cocooned initially. Still able to jump out. Comes in with the X-Strike. The double support is helping there with all the sustain that they have. 11 minion stacks to 11. 4 kills to 3, but the red team is taking over again. They're always pushing back into the objective. Urel with Sacred Ground is really working well with the double support for them. They have the sustain that they need in order to assist her. And then Zeratul gets targeted, gets put in the corner and taken out. So, he is eliminated. They go for a Nuburak. and they are about to take him out as well. Maybe they're so close. No, they're not able. They're losing. Now Genji is also alive. Nobody else died there. Nubarak was so close to falling and they just followed up on him. Went even a bit too deep with Genji. He's nearly dead and then everybody just plays together to make sure that he doesn't fall. Now the sustain is there. They got another Punisher and they're moving through the middle of the map. The frozen Punisher is right there. And yeah, pretty impressive. I can't believe nobody else died after Zeratul got dropped. Insane. So, with that said and done, we now have 5 kills to 3, 18 to 18. Junkrat is at the top of the map. They want to just extend that lead that they have in experience to get to level 20 a little bit sooner. So the wall gets opened up, the keep itself doesn't fall, but again, they've been really playing for experience here. And we're trying to see what they can do with that. I mean, right now we have one level that's still missing until 20. They're not that far ahead, but it is a window that you could try and exploit if it comes to it. So, yeah, there's some chances that you could play that one out. I mean, either way, as it stands right now, the blue team can still bring this back. They are obviously already trying now on multiple lanes to get themselves the experience so that they can close that gap a little bit. They know that once level 20 hits, it's more important what happens around the objective. So once the objective gets announced, they want to have level 20. But if they can get it previously, then hey, even better. There's a chance that the red team, for example, just simply decides once they have their level 20 talent that it's time to siege up on one of the keeps. Try and make a play there. Even if it's only half a level, can still damage it. Or for example, take the top fort out, which would also eliminate the fountain again. So once that you have the storm talents, siege up there, try and take it out, remove the fountain, and then see where that gets you. So, yeah. With that, we have 20 talents coming in. Sharpened stars are in. Alright. So we actually got some Pierce here as well. Interesting. Seraphim is in, Nano Infusion, and now they can still poke this a bit. But yeah, interesting talent choice from Genji. No cooldown reduction. Normally what we're seeing is just the upgrade on the Axe Strike and going full cooldown reduction on this. Nice move by Junkrat. I just think that Zeratul is going to aim for him 100%, so he might have to use his ult in order to escape here. Already using a couple of traps. Zeratul jumps in immediately. Genji is saying hello too, so now it's Zeratul that might be in trouble, but Brightwing is coming in. They're going for Brightwing! Yeah, maybe, and is able to get out. But it's a 4 versus 5 now, because Junkrat just got moved back to the Nexus, and now they're losing Genji. I really think this wasn't necessary. Nano boost all of a sudden on Urel, and they are going to lose more here. Yep, they're chasing them down. I have no idea what the decision-making was on the side of Team Beast Titan, but honestly, the decision-making of Team Beast Titan in that last fight was about as bad as the storyline of the Acolyte. Absolutely atrocious. A little bit of a bait, I get it, for Zeratul, but the rest of the team just followed up on it. And all of a sudden, what looked like a winning game for the red team turns into another disaster. 7 kills to 5 in favor of the blue team. 4 heroes dead, only Urel at life. The shrine announced at the top. The momentum for Where's My Money. We could go to game number 5 with this. I don't object at all. I would love a 5th game. I just think that Team Beast Titan could have totally avoided that situation. This seemed very, very iffy to me. I mean, why? Just why? Did they really think that it... I mean, really? Did they think they could get a kill on Zeratul that easily, or what was the thought process there? I mean, it looked like a bait. You bait him in, maybe Zeratul comes in, but they have Brightwing on the other side, so even if you put pressure on him, you can't kill him quickly enough before Brightwing comes in for a heal. But as it stands now, it's going to be at least a 5 versus 5 for the object. Nah, they are too far ahead. They're way too far ahead. So, yeah, I don't know. Down at the bottom right, we now have the camp at least taken, but the Punisher's going to come in. We are level 21. Nobody has lost anything of significance yet. Yes, at the top, the keep could now fall. But, let's see. I mean, as it stands right now, We have, in regards to damage, 46,000 from Genji, 36,000 from Tychus. Not really a lot of damage from Tychus. Zeratul is also on the exact same level. But it is a wild game for sure. Here comes Big Red Button. They are going to try right now to take this out. They want that keep, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be able to take this one apart. The keep will fall. The only question is really, can they do more than that? So the keep is going down. That one's destroyed. Can they go for core? Can they force game number 5? Right here, right now. They are trying, they're pushing. Big damage, and... Oh, nobody's dead just yet. But it's getting absolutely nasty. Urel, Lucio, both annihilated. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be game number 5. Yep, we're going the distance in this series. Nicely done, well played. We are going for the final map between Where's My Money and Team Beast Titan. GG. Well, it has actually happened. Tomb of the Spider Queen. We're going to game number 5, everybody. The final map. I am very happy that we're here. The reverse sweep is possible. At the same time, I gotta be honest, I think that the red team, I mean, it is their own fault that they are here. Maybe they would have lost the last one anyways, but it is a little bit bonkers to me that how they lost it. That bait at the bottom of the map, for me personally, right from the get-go, was kind of doomed. Then they got chased by Zeratul and others and lost everything. Zeratul now gets banned for a very good reason, but this is exactly the situation that I described earlier. I'm not sure how successful these double support, no real tank picks were for the red team in training matches that they played. I like the way that they approached it. I found Urel with Sacred Ground on the Shrine for zone control really strong, very cool. I liked what they did with the 2 supports to keep her alive, but I'm still asking myself, would they have had a better chance to win the game, and would they have won the series already if they just went for a more normal composition? Maybe throw a curveball on the main tank, but nothing else. I don't know. But as it stands, we're now on the 5th map. And now, of course, are they going to do it again? Or do they just say, like, okay, here's the limit. Now we gotta go more standard. We gotta go and get something else. Because at the end of the day, this is deciding whether or not you're moving through the winner bracket into the grand final, or whether you have to fight through the losers bracket to try and get a rematch. Now we get Zeratul and Kerrigan both banned out. Vala obviously gets the axe very quickly as well. And yeah, kind of curious what the final choice now is for the ban. So we get Lucio. Okay, given the last 2 maps that we've now seen, where Lucio was actually taken multiple times as one of the prime ones. Yeah, Capybara this time with Diablo, so we're getting a real tank. We're going into Tomb of the Spider Queen, and we are getting an actual tank. Yeah, not too bad. I like that. Give them a real tank, let them play around with this, and obviously this is going to result in a much more meta draft than anything else. Blaze and Tychus taken on the other side. This is for all the marbles. Who's gonna win this? Where's my money? They're in an interesting spot. If you would have told me in game number 3 that they would lose this, I mean, again, there were moments where it looked like it was lost, right? And if you would have told me after the second map in particular, hey, this is going to be a 3-0 victory for Beast Titan, I would have absolutely believed you. Now we're going to game number 5. And the blue team has a chance to win this one. But now we get Diablo, Maiev, Anduin. Woo! Already looking spicy over here. Light Bomb Diablo. Light Bomb Maiev. Could ban out Genji now to avoid that, I suppose. Yeah. Let's see. They ban, instead of Genji, Hogger. They ban the side lane at the bottom of the map. Fair. I mean, I can see why. But I would then still be afraid of Genji. Now, to be fair, they could also pick Genji. They could just simply pick Genji themselves. That's another one, of course. And I think they're currently thinking whether or not they should ban him or let it go through. And they ban Junkrat. Alright. So, Junkrat gets banned out. Genji is still open. Blue team could take it. If not, then it's an opportunity for Team Beast Titan to add Genji and use the Anduin Genji combo. Now, keep in mind that they have Maiev, so they're going to end up with a triple frontline anyways. Genji would then be their only range damage dealer, so to say. Maybe a mage. Oh, somebody with a bit more AoE. But, well, for now, we got Sylvanas and Garrosh. So, here's the question. Genji, yes or no? He lacks the wave clear that you normally want here. You have the Anduin combo then on the other hand. So if you're just trying to go for some teamfight prowess, you might be able to pull that off with another side laner. But, yeah. Let's see how they're going to do. Sylvanas obviously on the other side together with Tychus right now. You have a lot of push power here. Sylvanas plus Webweavers plus Odin. Oof. You can definitely take some forts down. They go Mephisto and they go Leoric. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're nearly ready for that. Frontline with Leo, a lot of AoE. Diablo and Leo as a combo, also not quite too bad. You drop an Entomb. Diablo can use that also as a wall to stun people into whoever you catch, so another stun opportunity that presents itself for him, similar of what you can do with Tassadar, for example. But that leaves us with the final pick as we're heading into the final map of the series, and we get Deckard Cain for the heals for Where's My Money. This is it. This is the final map in the best of 5, everybody. Where's My Money against Team Beast Titan? Which team drops down in the loser's bracket? Which team moves on to the grand final? Let's find out. The final map, and we have on the left Blaze plus Garrosh at the front, Deckard Cain for all them potions, and then Sylvanas and Tychus for damage, specifically of course once they start pushing with Webweavers, so this could get pretty sweet. Over on the right side of the map though, we got Capybara on Diablo, a proper tank for that monster of a player, together with Maiev and Leoric. They're going for the triple front line here. Their main damage dealer being Mephisto, going into a Skull Missile build with the Unyielding Power chosen as the level 1 choice. And we get Hide on Anduin for those pulls, heals, likely Light Bomb, even though there's of course still a chance that we're going to get the bubble. We had it a couple of times already, could get it again here. So let's see how this is going to play out for the red team. After they had a 2-0 lead, they lost 2 in a row and find themselves now in the final map of the series. Couple of misplays and all of a sudden you are out. So, well, not out, you're in the loser's bracket. So, we'll see what they can do here. A bit of bullying around at the bottom of the map is already happening, but this is definitely going to be the final map of this series. It's still wild to me that we're actually ending up here. Game number 1 looked dead even. Game number 2 was a total storm, but now all of a sudden on the 5th map, Diablo gets insta-killed. Capybara goes down already. He Laubers falls before the 1 minute mark. Jet Propulsion connects, and then Tychus says thank you very much, comes in and drops him. So this is not starting off well for the red team. Not even a little bit. I mean, it's only 1 kill, but still, this is where it starts, right? So, as is, we're now looking at Blaze already moving down to the bottom of the map. They're trying to get the Siege Giant camp. And in the meantime, we have the red team only focusing on 1 camp. They're going for their own Bruiser camp. Leo, though, is sniffing that out. Sees it. Not sure if they're going to rotate over for it. And Garrosh is actually close by. So even if they did, Garrosh can probably help out here. They're trying to get there in time, though. But they are just missing out on it. So yeah, they are able to go for Blaze though. And Blaze is, yes, no chance. Tried to hearth out, but absolutely destroyed. Sylvanas still pushing at the top. Always nice when you can use her as a bit of a side push, where you can make those moves in the middle of the map. Team's still ready. Level 4 kicking in for both around the same time. But gems are now being, of course, hoarded. Actually, quite a few more gems right now for the red team. We already have 30 that they could use to try and work towards that first turn-in. Yeah, Blaze dying at the bottom of the map obviously didn't really help the blue team. So, where's my money? Be careful here. Yeah, Blaze, again, gonna get drained in a moment. We have for Diablo, Souls to the Flame. Tychus with Master Assassin as his level 4, as we so often see on the Asian server. And then down at the bottom of the map. I mean, again, right now things have calmed down a little bit. There's no camps on the map that you could go for. They're still trying to see if they can maybe surprise somebody with a rotation and get a kill. But you also have to react to specifically the pushing of Sylvanas if you're on the red team to ensure that she's not taking too many structures out yet. Teams are slowly starting to turn in. So we got 21 gems delivered against 6. Bottom of the map still. Jet propulsion connecting with Leo, who holds 10. Nice split. Anduin, careful. Anduin, and he is dead. Anduin goes down with a tether from IF. They are looking for a counter kill and they miss out on it. They don't get Sylvanas, but instead they're losing Diablo and very likely also Leo. No way. Leoric is dead too. They lost 3 heroes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is no way. Guys, they lost way too many gems just now. 5 kills to 1. The entire early game lost, and they are really in deep shit now. That is a problem. And a huge one at that. So, yeah. This is gonna be more than a little bit interesting. Because I'm not quite sure how this is going to go for them. Tychus at least gets killed, and they're getting counter kills now, but the web weavers are coming down. Can they get Garrosh? And the answer is no. But Leoric dies. Garrosh makes it out, and Leo dies instead. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, this is going to be a weird game. Because so far in the series, it really felt a little bit like Team Beast Titan was, I don't want to say trolling around, but like they were in a spot where they were taking it maybe not as serious anymore after they established a 2-0 lead and dominated in game number 2. And they were just like trying to play some of their comps that they thought were promising, but maybe not necessarily the best one that they have in the repertoire. That's what it felt like. Now that we're in game number 5, they went for proper main tank, no double support shenanigans anymore, but all of a sudden they're losing the early game. They're losing heroes, they are in trouble, it's 6 kills to 2. They are getting 1 counter kill, but the walls are all opened up. To be fair, the web weavers haven't done too much damage. The forts themselves, for example, have not really taken any damage yet. But with all of the gems that were previously lost by Team Beast Titan, I don't really think that it matters all that much. So, yeah, leading experience is still there. And let's see if the red team can get a turn in. Already turning in with my F. So far so good. 15 short before they're getting the next one. And, well, next attack is starting to come around, or centering around the turn-in spot at the top. That's what we're getting next here. So, half a level less until we have 10 in the game for the blue team. I don't think that they're going to have enough gems by then in order to secure themselves another turn-in with their heroic abilities, but they can at least zone the opponent out a bit further, and yeah, we'll see. So, I'm really curious if the team is able to do anything here. I am really, really curious right now, because this is a little bit wild to me still. I'm looking at this game and I'm thinking, hey, with how much of a lead they had, can they really turn this around and win now 3 in a row and go for the reverse sweep? So, yeah. Turn-in has so far not happened. Attack is coming 10 versus 10, 6 kills to 5. We're getting Containment Disc, we have Consumed Souls. Sylvanas still sitting tight there as well. And, yeah. Leo, careful my friend, you have 11 gems. As the side laner, usually hold more than anyone else, so you gotta be mega careful with that. Now, if you're on the side of Team Beast Titan, you are heavily motivated to, yeah, lock that one in. And there it is. They get the web weavers. Okay, how much damage can they do with them? Where's my money? Needs to defend properly here. It honestly feels a little bit like Team Beast Titan after initially being shaken up a bit, starts to stabilize slightly here. At the bottom of the map, and Tomb, that would be a big kill. And nice! The tether from IF, beautiful! Tethers him into the lightning breath, And now they are able to get an important kill and cost the opponent quite a few gems. So not only do they push with the web weavers now, but bot lane is essentially defenseless. The side laner is missing. Tychus pops his ult immediately in the middle as he's trying to push this back. And at the top they're going for Sylvanas, and that's a kill. Yes, it's another kill. Red team with momentum. Big momentum for them right now. Looking great here. And now the chance to take maybe even a few forts out. So now at the bottom of the map, the first one already gets destroyed. They're pulling ahead in experience, are half a level ahead, and are even aiming for a second one at the top. And again, all of that playing out with them currently... oh, wait a second. Yeah, with still the first objective. So only one objective, but 1.5 forts have now been destroyed. Not bad. Nicely done, well played. And the big question, of course, still being how much more can they now do with potentially a second turn? Because they have enough gems for one. The blue team still struggling to get to that point. They're getting close. But the red team could go for another set of web weavers right here, right now, if they can establish a good position around one of the turn-in spots. So, yeah, at this point, the attack towards maybe Tychus. Maiev, of course, always looking for another tether. Sylvanas with 25,000 damage right now. Whereas we have 14,000 as the top damage on the red team side. Mephisto, at this point, not really impressive in the damage output. Usually he scales well into the mid-late game, but currently he's sitting at 13,000. It's barely half of what Sylvanas has. They want that turn in. Disc was out, and Sylvanas gets away. Ult used for Mephisto. No Durance of Hate, as I already said earlier. It's a turn in happening. Leo tries at the bottom of the map. Might actually get that in time. Yep, 21 gems delivered. That puts them to 39. Diablo getting attacked and saved. There's the Entomb, and that might be a kill. Barbecue, baby! And Tychus is gone. Tychus is gone. They're losing gems. The rest of the team is thinking about moving in, but now they're body blocking Blaze in the hopes of following it up with the second kill. Sylvanas jumped in deep, but is also totally lost here. And here's the chance to go for another turn in. Now they can get those web weavers. It is Team Beast Titan with the momentum in the game. Right here, right now, and maybe a chance to go for another fort. Specifically the one at the top should fall. But, well, there we go. Level 13 on both sides. They started at the camp before they completed the turn-in. So now they have a camp and a web weaver pushing through the middle. That's actually pretty big. That is going to do lots of damage. If they are probably pushing through this and maybe even de-push the opponent's camp first, they could try and get all of the forts now with this web weaver wave. There's definitely a chance. So, there's the opportunity. Yep, they take that out quickly, most of it. Top side, Maiev against Sylvanas, but here in the middle, where the fort still has 100% of its hit points, more or less, this is where they want to make their big stand. So, at the top, Sylvanas, she's not going to be able to save it. It's just not happening. So this one is by default going down. But in the middle, that's a different story. Here, they could still try and defend, and the attack is coming. So, off we go. 16, getting closer and closer. There's the disc, nicely followed up by Entomb. Wall stun, no, pushed him out. Indomitable being used, no stun, pushed him out of the thing. It's just so weird. Like, sometimes the mechanics in Heroes of the Storm are really strange, and that must be frustrating. They were hoping to stun him into a corner so that they can get the kill, but it wouldn't happen. Now we have level 16 talents on the red team side, so they have that lead by more than half a level. And yeah, with Glyph of Faith now in, with Royal Focus, let's see what they can do. Push already down towards the bottom of the map. It doesn't really seem like they're going to do anything with that lead in experience and the talent advantage. What they are going to do, of course, is try and deny a turn into the blue team. And the blue team has lost a lot of gems throughout all of this. It's 5 kills to 6, but they, especially in the last encounter, lost a few heroes that were carrying quite a bit. So now 16 is ready for both sides. Even battle. And yeah. Maybe they are... yeah. I mean, they have 46 gems themselves, honestly. More than I expected. Question is more so, can they safeguard them right now? Because they gotta fall back to one of the turn-in spots for that too. But the blue team is still playing this very, very slow. Leo is moving between the lanes right now. And yeah, they want to turn in specifically with, of course, Sylvanas. Leo goes out. He's going to be fine. And here comes again. This time they lay at it, though. This time they came in at the same time with a disc and Entomb, and then obviously we're not going to get anything out of it. Stay a while and get wrecked or not. There comes the kill. Sylvanas is gone. Deckard Cain is gone. Guys, they just lost the majority of their gems, and they might lose more. They're going for Blaze potentially. He gets a jet propulsion through, but I'm not quite certain that he's going to escape. Garrosh is already dead. They're going to lose. They're going to lose everything. They're losing everything. All the gems that they were holding are gone. Every single one of them. This is nearly a death sentence. That was the ticket back into the game, and they absolutely lost it. Everybody taken out. Full on wipe. 9 kills to 6. And we have a 2-level advantage. Easy move for the boss at the top lane. And they can now also start to just simply get a turn in, get Web Weavers, get the boss. This is the moment where Team Beast Titan has a chance to maybe even go for the core. I mean, at least they're going to be able to take out the topside keep. I would be shocked if they wouldn't be able to pull that off. The only way that I see that not happening is if somehow the blue team can force a fight past boss and Web Weavers and wins it before that push arrives. And I just don't think they can do that. The only thing that is, I mean, don't want to say a saving grace here, it's definitely overstating it, but the only good news is that the red team doesn't have level 20 yet. Imagine this push with them having level 20. The bad news is they're going to get it during this. During this push, eventually it's going to pop in. I mean, Leo already moved down to the bottom of the lane to try and get experience there. We saw Maiev for a moment in the middle, pushing one wave out, helping the Web Weavers off to a better start. But now they're so close to Storm Talents, they're going to be ready. Oh my god, this is going to hurt. This is bad. This is really bad. For Where's My Money? Blue team in real trouble. Nice, Sylvanas with the Will of the Forsaken. Just barely surviving this. The attack still coming. Another quick tether. Tychus! And he survives thanks to Deckard Cain. But the keep does not make it. Keep goes down, and now they're going straight in for the next push. In the middle, maybe on the core. Shield is already starting to get lost. If they can get kills, then the game is 100% over. And that's what they're aiming for. Another keep is about to fall, so that's 2 keeps removed. Look at the core. The core is falling quickly. They are about to make the play. Team Beast Titan, they were forced into game number 5, but they win the series. They move on to the grand final of the tournament, and they send Where's My Money into the losers bracket final. GG, well played.